Hello, good morning, everybody. It's Optimal Nate here. So today I want to talk about Fanhome, the Enterprise D, the build that they came out with. They actually continued from what Eagle Moss had originally started. I just want to give my thoughts and my perspectives on the build. I originally started on the Enterprise D through Eagle Moss before the bankruptcy, before they closed. As many people know who had started building the Enterprise D through Eagle Moss, it was a big disappointment when they couldn't finish their kits. And in the astonishment that Fanhome took over and gave all the fans a chance to continue it was essentially a big relief. People who love the Enterprise, who enjoyed the build, had another opportunity to continue the series of the kits. So as far as my opinions go, I want to start off by saying it has been an adventure. I started off building mine with a friend of mine that I grew up in school with. Unfortunately, my friend decided to discontinue it after Eagle Moss folded. He had no desire to continue it. Once Fan Home took over, I decided to continue where I left off, as a lot of people did. Um, I am still in the process of finishing mine. Right now, I'm on kit 91, finishing kit 91, going on to kit 92. A lot of people have already finished theirs. For the real avid builders, uh, I want to have it done by now. I'm actually on year three of building it. So originally, it was supposed to be a 2-year build. And now that I've been building it, I've discovered the issues that a lot of people talked about. I know light leaks was a big issue. Uh, I think they could have done a little bit better with the way the lights are installed, having better plates to cover them before you install them on the saucer. I do have a lot of light leaks, which I'm going to have to go back through and use some kind of epoxy or some kind of liquid filler to get those gaps taken care of. Another big issue I had was with the plates or the panels with the escape pods and the lights. There's an awful lot of panels that you got to install. It's just one right after the other. Mind you, while this is all part of building the ship and the adventure, so to speak, sometimes it's been tedious. There's times where I almost wanted to quit because I felt like I was spending more time fidgeting trying to get the panels to line up and interlock correctly. And I do have some panels that have gaps as well where they did not line up properly. Whether it's because I started with Eagle Moss and maybe there were some slight variations between Eagle Moss and Fanhome. As far as I know, everything is the same schematics. So no matter when you started, all the panels should essentially have been molded the same with the lights and so forth with their assemblies. Um, that's the biggest complaint, I guess I would say, is the light leaks, lining up the panels for the saucer section. Um, the colors are great. The paint job was fantastic. Now that I've been assembling my ship over the past 2 years, I'm seeing how beautiful the color blends in together with the Aztec effect that they did. Um, I'm working more on the secondary drive or the star drive section. That's coming together really nice. I have been taking pictures and I shot a couple short videos through the build. If any of you who have been watching me for a while, you probably be able to recall the fact I did a couple videos back in the beginning of summer when I started getting back into it because I did go on a hiatus for a bit and took a break. I started building it again in the summer, and now with winter coming, I'm going to be indoors a lot more. So during my downtime, not being outside, I'm going to be doing a lot more production. My goal is to get the ship completed before Christmas. Originally, I figured by the beginning of November, but I do have other projects at home I'm trying to get caught up on for the winter. So I'm hoping by December I can do a final video with some nice shots. And maybe by the beginning of spring, I can do some updates showing light leaks, improvements, and stuff like that. Um, I'm not saying doing the Enterprise build is a failure. I'm not telling anybody not to do it that's interested. it is a great project. You will have fun. It is a little bit challenging. There is a lot of panels to put together, a lot of lights you got to install. That's probably the most time consuming part is putting in the lights. One issue I did recently discover, and this is where I think Fanhome can make an improvement in the future, is the battery boxes. The battery box that I have for my saucer section, um, one of the wires, the positive wire, it snapped off. I don't know how it came off. I was taking care of my ship. I had it stored in a tote when I was not working on it. But for some reason, the positive wire, where it comes off the little metal lead on the battery box, it snapped right off. Don't have any clue how to happen. But I will say this from what I've seen, the wires are so thin. It's like the thickness of a hair. The wires are so ultra thin for the battery box. I think that Eagle Moss, Fanhome, when the people who made the kits, they could have engineered the wiring set up a little bit better for the battery box. So what I'm going to have to do now is resolder the positive wire onto the terminal for the battery box in order to test my lights and before I do the final installations. So that's my other gripe is the battery box wire. But just make sure you take care of your parts that you have for your kits. Be very careful with the battery box. Make sure you take extra time installing the panels. Make sure they line up correctly. And that's the other part is making sure you do not crush the wires when you're installing panels because if the wires are not put in as you are showing the diagrams, you potentially can crush wires with panels and make them uneven. In retrospect, when I was starting out in the first year, I think I might have accidentally done that too. So that might have caused a little issue why some panels didn't line up. But I have been being more careful, trying to take my time. Uh, so if you are a Star Trek fan and you've really enjoyed watching The Next Generation over the years and want a piece of this to take home, I believe the Fanhome offers a great package. I am not being endorsed to say any of this for them. This is just my own opinion, but uh, check out Fanhome's website. You know, if you want to subscribe, I believe you can still get a subscription to the kits for the Enterprise D. Uh, they were allowing new people to come aboard, not just the people who want to continue. So I would definitely get on board soon if it's still available because I don't know how long they're doing it. But yes, drop a comment if you've worked on the Enterprise D, if you've done the kits. Let me know what you think, how your build has gone for you. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoy this video, as it does help the algorithm. And I will be posting some more updates as I go and make progress. So you take care, y'all. Thank you. Bye-bye.